Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in this video I am going to show you nothing launcher, and this is the launcher that will come on the Nothing Phone 1, and you can see everything about the Nothing Phone 1 if you don't know about it in the previous video that I posted. In this video I am going to show you the Nothing launcher on my Infinix Hot 11s, as you can see right here. In the previous video I said that the Nothing launcher, that is this launcher, is not available everywhere, and it has some compatibility. But this today I checked it and it's available and it's compatible with my smartphone, like the Infinix and even the Vivo. Before, like when this launcher was announced, and it had limited availability, it had some first thing was that it was region specific, and then it was device specific, like it could run on some Galaxy devices, some Samsung Galaxy devices, and some Google Pixel devices. There was some handful of devices, not every single device could run it. And at that time when I tried to search for it and install it, it was saying that it's not compatible with my device, that is the Infinix Hot 11s. But today when I checked, it's available, and it's like an early access. It's available in that form and it's compatible with this phone, and I installed it on this phone and I've been using it for the last few hours. At the time of recording this video, I just installed it and have been using it. And you can kind of get an overall view of the phone, like what the launcher looks like and all that. Yes, if I pulled up my notification center, it will look like obviously that by default what XOS has. Even if I go to the settings of the phone itself, like you can see right here, like you can see this is the Nothing launcher which I installed. And if I go into the settings, like this is the default which you get on the XOS, that's the Infinix by default launcher. So that's one of the things. But I can kind of give you an overview, and there will be obviously some features that are not fully available, or not completely available on the phone, on the launcher itself, because obviously this is just a launcher. It's just meant to change the look of your phone and kind of give you an idea what the launcher on the Nothing phone will look like. And obviously if you want to get the full-fledged experience of it, then it's obvious, then you have to get the Nothing Phone 1. But as you can see, like it kind of looks like just the default home screen and everything. But I've used other launchers in the past, and on this phone, and I've tried all other kind of launcher, from like the Nova launcher to Niagara launcher to the Apex launcher. There are a lot of launchers which kind of try to give you the Google Pixel look and feel and all that. But this launcher, I have to say, that is the only launcher that I can very. There are some, like you can see the camera. This camera is by default of the XOS which comes, so that's why the icon is a bit weird. And even if you go inside, you can see some like the game center launcher or the game zone. It's having the icons are obviously different because it's not meant to it's not configured in a way that it would look on other launchers. But at least you can see all the other apps, they are just they just adapted to the right way. Like a lot of launchers I've used, what happens is, like all the apps will have weird kind. Some will be circle, some will be squircle, some will be square. The shape will differ a lot, and even when you go into the setting, you won't get that very good experience. You will feel some inconsistency here and there. So but this launcher, I have to say, is the only launcher that I can very easily say that is working very nice with the phone. And one thing is for sure, like when I'm using the phone and I'm opening the apps and all that, like if I open the calculator, like you can see I opened it, I went, and now I'll tell you one thing. Other than this launcher, every other launcher that I tried, when I go into an app and come out of it, you very clearly see, like the home screen did not take any time to load. It loads up quickly. Yes, like it's been like almost 12 hours I've been using this launcher, and in between it did happen, like when I open the app, go out, and it takes a time to just a quick millisecond or two to load, but it did load up. But other launchers, they would do it consistently, and some launchers would suggest, like Nova launcher would say don't use the gesture navigation. And that's one of the thing I don't like, because the gesture navigation are like, I would really like the the navigation gesture, is because it kind of changes the look of the phone, and you kind of use it full screen and all that. Like you can see there is no no software buttons or anything, so you can really I do like this design. Yes, and because of that, what would happen, that they would suggest that because you use that launcher, or what I think is that when I use the gestures navigation, then that's the time when the launcher would really lag or take some time to load when I open an application and all that. So that's another thing. But in this launcher, I don't know what nothing has done, but I think they've optimized in such a way that you can very easily use the the gesture navigation, and it would not give you any trouble. And if I want to if want to see any detail and all that, like if I go to the home settings, and you can see this the home setting. This is the way the settings page of the Nothing phone will look like. You can kind of with this launcher you can kind of get an idea of what the Nothing OS launcher will look OS will look like on the Nothing phone. Yes, you won't get maybe the Google feed, like you can see the Nothing launcher, the version and all the details about it. And this is, like, you very clearly see this is a Nothing launcher, and you won't, like, now it took a time, so it's obvious that it's not perfect. Like when I open it, close it, it works fine. So here and there you will and this is a clock on the Nothing OS launcher, and if I go into it, some other page, like if I want to get some other launcher, the widget, I'll go into and show you the default clock which you will get on the Nothing phone, and the dot, and this is the style of the Nothing phone that you will see by default, the dotted lines and all that. Obviously you won't see the glyph interface on it, because it's a launcher. It's not meant to change the functionality. At least it changes the look of it. Like if I put this and I go into put into another home screen and all that, now I get the option to get it solid, transparent, and then like you can change here and all that. So you can see here, like the solid, you can customize it, so you get customizations and all that. And I overall, like, won't get the Google feed, and I think that's something Infinix has limited or something like that. I'm not so sure, because every other launcher that I tried that offers the Google feed on the left side, on Infinix I can't do that. I'll try that on another phone, I'll see if it works, but on Infinix I can't do that. So maybe it's something Nothing has limited, or maybe it's something that Infinix has limited, that no launcher will be able to run the Google feed. So no problem with that. And if you compare it with Nova launcher, a lot of people, like every person that gets a smartphone and installs does customization, says Nova launcher is the best launcher, and I kind of agree to that. It's a good launcher, but the issue that I found on every smartphone that I used it on is that you kind of feel like the jitteriness, or maybe it takes time to load and all that. And that kind of makes you like the default launcher works well on those smartphones, but when you install Nova launcher, it just takes a lot of time, and sometimes it will slow down the phone. That's what I've felt on the Nova launcher on any smartphone, and even on this phone. But this Nothing launcher is the first launcher that I've seen that is working perfectly, no issues, no glitches, nothing like that. So this is the the Nothing launcher, and it kind of it kind of gives you a pixel like look and feel. Maybe not 100%, but at least it gives you it. And this phone is running Android 11, it does not have the Android 12 on it, but still it kind of gives you the Android 12 look and feel. Like when I went into the settings, or the home settings of it, you can see that this is kind of what the Android 12s, if even like on the Google Pixel, this is what the setting screen will look like, or it's kind of similar to this, maybe changing a font here and there and all that. So that's one of the things. But overall, if you want to try this, I think now almost every other phone you can install on it. And if you want to try the Nothing launcher and kind of get an idea of what the Nothing OS will look like, or maybe if you want to customize your phone and you're looking for a launcher that at least gives you the pixel look and feel and works properly and does not give you issues, I would really highly recommend you that you use this kind of launcher, and it will work fine, and you won't have any issues, glitches, or lagginess and all that. And even though this is a beta and an early access, I think once over time they make some improvement, it will obviously get better and better. But at least I can now very happily say that this is kind of the launcher that I will be using on this smartphone, and maybe another smartphones, as I get them and try them. And if their stock launcher is I don't like them, then I'll install this Nothing launcher. At least it gives you the Google like the stock Android look and feel with not less laggishness or lagginess of all those other launchers. So that's all for today. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.